Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, this is the Drake Report.
The Drake Report.
The Drake Report.
The Drake Report. And your buddy boot scooting, slippery boot scooting Putin's in the oil, isn't he, Drake?
Oh.
Man, what did he do, Drake? What did Putin do?
He did some very bad stuff this time, but I'm pretty sure we have a sponsor, right?
We do,
Noble
Drake,
Gold.
and I'm pretty sure I wasn't ready for it. Okay, hang on a second.
We have Noble Gold, one of the greatest sponsors ever.
Yes, thank you, Drake, for reminding me. And matter of fact, when you start talking about Noble Gold, you can't help but talk about the things that are going on. Folks, a lot of folks out there, Drake, a lot of folks have lost hope recently. Not because of the oil spill either. There's a lot of despair around, a few sleepless nights, with the stock market returning minus 10% since the start of the year. It's all looking kind of dismal.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be, Drake. No, because the NBA is going to play.
Oh, they're going to play in
an
Atlanta.
8-game season
Yeah, they're
and have a
gonna play
playoffs.
Yeah, they're going to be playing in Atlanta.
No. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to stick to the script.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. Crazy as it sounds, gold has actually gained ground by about 15%. And that's a 25% difference if you had your money in the stock market or if you had it in gold or silver or precious metals. It's probably something you've never considered before, the way you've never considered making Zoom calls or wearing a mask in public.
Yeah.
But all these, do you wear a mask?
Sometimes. Not all the time.
But all these things seem normal now, don't they? No. So gold, silver, palladium, and platinum have proven to be safe haven instruments. It is only instrument with appreciating value during an economic collapse. If you're interested in securing your wealth, you need to go to noblegoldinvestments.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestments.com, or pick up the phone and call Colin Plume at 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. Colin Plume's a great guy. They're a Christian company, family owned, and they'll help take care of all your financial needs. Tell them Pastor Begley sent you. Drake, what's going on? It's good to have you back. We missed you last week. Everybody was stressing out because where's Drake? Where's Drake? Oh no! So you see the stress? Yeah. Okay, Drake, so what's going on? I mean, the river's turning blood red. The river's turning red. The river's turning red like blood.
So, in the Arctic Circle, where Russia claims to own, They tried to own it.
They tried. Russia's trying to own it. They claim it.
Yeah, even though they're not allowed to.
It's not theirs. We're not going to have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a Russian mining company that was mining for oil, right?
Yeah.
Spilled 2,000 tons of oil.
How much?
In 20,000 tons.
What?
Of oil.
Look at the river. It's destroyed the North Pole.
It's destroyed the environment.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They're going to be slipping and sliding. Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. Bootin' scootin', boot scootin', slippin', spoot scootin', slootin', spootin', bootin', bootin'.
And the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, declared a state of emergency, which is kind of weird because they don't really own the Arctic Circle, but he declared a state of an emergency after the spill happened.
Okay, so you're telling me Russian President Vladimir Putin has declared a state of emergency in the Arctic Circle that he does not own, but he's doing that because it was a Russian company, oil company, that spilled 20,000 gallons. 20,000 tons of oil and diesel, turning the water blood red in the Arctic Circle.
Destroying the environment right there. Like, imagine the smell that would come after that.
Well, it's going to kill the polar bears, the penguins, the seagull, seabirds, the fish, the whales, everybody.
It's going to be very hard cleaning that up too.
Really is, Greg. Really. Wow.
Yeah.
Rootin', tootin', pootin'.
Of course, that
I mean,
like
look at this picture right here. That's a satellite picture, Drake. Look
it's
at
a
this.
very clear That's the money shot right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like that's gonna eventually get the entire river, which
flows into the Arctic. See, that's up there in the Arctic.
yeah, and that really could do a lot of bad damage to
The environment. Yeah.
in the Arctic Circle.
That's apocalyptic. That's apocalyptic. Look at the picture right there. That's the apocalypse right there. The snowbank on either side and Blood River running right down the middle. It's oil.
Yeah.
It's oil.
That's a very, very clear photo of that too, and they can't deny what they did because the evidence is right there.
What else you got going here, Drake? I mean, that's depressing.
So the biblical village of, how do you say it?
Bethesda.
Bethesda, where Jesus fed the 5,000, got flooded by the rising sea of Galus?
Sea of Galilee.
Sea of Galilee.
You're telling me that the water is so high in the Sea of Galilee that it flooded the area, the town of Bethesda, where Jesus fed the 5,000. Look at this, folks.
Yeah.
Now, I've been there, Drake, and it's, you have to understand, I've been to the town of Bethesda there. It's a small village. It's where Jesus once was. In that area right there, and there's a major, massive grassy area where 5,000 people were at, and Jesus was preaching. And when he got done preaching for 3 days, basically the people stayed there as he preached for 3 days. It was the end of the 3 days. Everybody's out of food. They're tired. They're hungry. And he fed 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 little fishes. And he just broke them and they just multiplied and he fed all them people. So that area right there has been completely flooded now by the water rising in the Sea of Galilee, which the Sea of Galilee used to be so low. When I was there 2 years ago, they asked us to pray that it would rain because the Sea of Galilee was drying up. But not now.
Yeah. Oh.
Amazing flooding, and this is bad. It flooded that area, but it'll be okay. Okay, because not really many people live in that little area there. Okay.
Yeah, but that is a very historic place that got flooded.
It's a biblical. You're right. It's very historic. It's very biblical.
Been there since
Before Jesus. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean we're talking way back. Wow, that's a biblical sign. Drake, you're all over this. That is a biblical sign. So
yeah, it's really bad for the pretty few people that live there.
yeah,
Too.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got?
All
right?
Yeah, I'm good. So now the tropical storm Cristobal, which I kind of like the way it's spelled, bears down on the U.S. Gulf Coast, basically.
It is, isn't it? And it's been a really weird storm, Drake. I mean, it started out 2 weeks ago. You talked about it. 30 inches of rain in El Salvador and Guatemala.
Yeah.
Killed a bunch of people, and then that thing ended up becoming a storm. And then what's been going on?
At this point, it's big. It's really turning into a huge hurricane, if you think. But it's still a tropical storm.
Right.
It hit Louisiana, Mexico, right?
Yeah. Well, it originally it hit Mexico, and then came all the way up. There you see now it's hitting Louisiana, and it's going to cause look at the rain it's going to cause in Alabama and Mississippi, and it caused a tornado in Orlando, Florida yesterday.
Yeah.
Look, it's kind of a really weird storm.
It's very, very big to cover that many states.
Right. It's not a hurricane, but it's just massive, a lot of rain. You know, look at that.
Yeah, people will have to stay cover during this storm because it's very hard to imagine it because it's huge. It's covering a lot of states.
And look at this. The debris is washing up on the road there in Alabama from Tropical Storm Crystal. I believe the winds are, you can see the sea is just
the
surging.
winds would be
60 mile an hour winds coming in, 50 to 60. And the rain and
tornadoes
are spinning off. It could be a long night in Mississippi and Alabama. Look at this. And there's a water spout. That is a water tornado.
Gulf of Mexico.
The Gulf of Mexico near Alabama shore. So that thing came ashore. So you got a lot of really weird. I mean, there are going to be power outages.
Yeah.
There's going to be flooding. The storm is going to surge.
It's going to hit houses, cause damage.
Right. Limbs and trees are going to get blown over, tear down power lines. It's going to get ugly down there in the Gulf shores of Louisiana, Alabama, and Mississippi. No doubt about that, Drake.
Oh, yeah.
And then I saw, Brock, I don't know if you have a picture, but there's a cone that shows that this storm is going to go right on up to through Alabama, through Tennessee. It's going to swing over to Tennessee. It's going to wind up going straight up. It's going to hit Des Moines, Iowa at some point. I mean, it's just going to make this really weird.
Go through Indiana,
right through land. We're going to get some rain. Yeah, there's no doubt. We're going to
Michigan
get some rain.
to Canada.
Yeah,
Are you that far?
It might stall out up there somewhere, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. So
if it does hit Canada, that'd be
and that can cause more tornadoes, Drake, because anytime you got cooler winds coming up in a storm of rain, and it hits the hot weather that we've been having. That's what spins off these tornadoes, and that's why a tornado hit over in Orlando yesterday from this storm.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's really a huge storm. Yeah. And yeah, it could, but if it does hit Canada, that would be very, very odd and strange if you think about it.
There's been weirder things have happened though. I mean, this is 2020, Drake. Look at all the weird stuff that's happening. Okay, locusts. You got. I'm going to be on Coast to Coast with George Norrie. Okay, awesome. 2 million listeners on radio. George Norrie is bringing me on at 3 a.m. in the morning.
You better drink some coffee. You better drink some coffee.
Tons of coffee that night. It's actually on June 11th. So in other words, on Wednesday night. Don't go to bed, anybody. Just stay up Wednesday night. I'll come on at 3 a.m. live on Coast to Coast across the country.
Eastern time, right?
Eastern Standard Time, 3 a.m. I'll be on with George Norrie for 2 hours talking about the year 2020. Locusts in Africa, water turning blood red, coronavirus, rioting, hornets in Washington State, toxic toads in Florida, all the crazy stuff that's been going on. Now the waves of energy. Did you see where the wave of energy hit this morning at 12:30 this morning?
Where?
Just hit the earth. It was just it was what Mike from the World was talking about. All this stuff's going on, Drake. So I'll be on Coast to Coast with George Norrie. All right. So you might want to stay up and listen to that. Okay.
It'll be past my bedtime.
Yeah. Sorry about that. So Drake, what else going on? You heard about the rioting going on stuff?
Yeah. The riots look terrible in Washington D.C., New York, California.
Yeah.
But also the coronavirus. Because people are rioting, you would think that the coronavirus numbers would go up, and they kind of had. Now they're at basically 7 million, well 6.9 million, across the globe, around 2 million in the USA. 110,000 deaths in the United States, and in the entire world, 400,001 in the entire world.
Yeah. So 7 million people have the virus. 2 million of those were Americans. 400,000 have died. 110,000 of those are Americans.
Yeah.
Brazil's really getting bad.
Oh yeah. And now that since Brazil got hit bad, you're going to expect places like Chile, Peru, Colombia, like South America to basically get pretty hit hard, which is very crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, it is. It's really.
But also another thing that's very crazy is Africa hasn't really gotten hit hard from the coronavirus, which is pretty odd if you think about it.
Yeah, it really is strange even that Africa hasn't. But
because a lot of people live in Africa too.
Well, yeah, and you would think, and you know, it's a lot of third world countries are in the continent of Africa, and you would think it would really be bad there. But they take one thing they do in Africa is they take a lot of malaria medicine to keep from getting malaria and cholera and typhoid fever. And the medicine they take, folks, same thing in India, is hydroxychloroquine. Okay? Mm-hmm. And that's why Africa and India is not that bad with the coronavirus. India is a little bit, but when India's got 241,000 or 257,000, but listen, India's 1.4 billion people.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not bad numbers. So really, and Africa's not even on the list here. They're way down there, the African countries.
Yeah.
So
there's some African countries there's only like one confirmed case.
I mean, it's not bad, and it's because they take hydroxychloroquine, because that's the medicine that's the pills you take to keep from getting cholera, malaria and typhoid fever.
Yeah.
Okay, and when I went to India, I took that medicine to keep from getting those things, and so it's actually a good thing to do. So maybe Trump's right that the hydroxychloroquine is the right medicine. You mix some zinc in there with a Z-Pack, and people seem to be doing better. But here's your numbers. United States is at 2 million cases. Brazil's at 672,000.
Huge.
On the rise. Russia at 467,000. And a lot of people dying there. United Kingdom's at 287,000.
And they are in the second for most confirmed deaths.
Yeah, and United Kingdom is in second for the most people dead. India, 257,000 cases. Spain, 241,000. Italy, 234,000. Peru, they're climbing. 191, and they're climbing because they're right.
That's kind of confusing if you think like Peru has more cases than France, Germany.
France is 191 also. Yeah. Germany's 185. Iran 171, and Turkey 170. So
Turkey isn't really one of those countries that you would think that would have a lot of confirmed cases, if you think about it.
Yeah. So overall though, Drake, I think that this so-called and been referred to as a pandemic. There's a lot of cases, and we don't want 400,000 people to die from anything, obviously, but it's time. I can see the numbers are starting to slow down in America. It's time to open up this economy and get it going. Let's open up this, and they're going to start playing NBA. The NBA's back. They're back.
Yes, they're back.
And I know you love the NBA. You love the Pacers. Okay.
That's why I put.
And you love the Colts. Yeah, so you're trying to bring everything back at the same time. But anyway, Drake, they're going to be playing down in Orlando. Are you stressed out over it?
Oh, yes, I am stressed out over it.
Everybody should get a stress ball. Get the Drake report, guys. You go to.
I dropped it.
I threw mine away too. Go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. Get the stress ball, the Drake report, and be a supporter of the young man coming along, Drake Begley, and the Drake report. Drake, any more words of wisdom for us as we get ready to close out this great program?
Stay safe out there.
Stay safe from rioting or from COVID?
Everything. Yeah.
See you, Drake. All right.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Oh, he's so serious.
Are you serious?
I don't have a stress ball. I can't. I'm stressing out. Stressing out, Drake. Guys, I'll be back at 7 o'clock. Listen to me. Wait a minute, Brock. Don't shut me down. Come back to me. First I forgot. 7 o'clock, we'll be right back. Now, we go live tonight. We got a ton of stuff to cover. Including, Drake, the wave of energy that Mike from around the world was predicting was going to hit. He told us this. It was going to hit on their best prediction. He was predicting the best by reading the instruments. He thought it was going to hit around 5:15 p.m. Eastern Friday night. We went live. We talked about it. Well, it didn't hit then, but it hit this morning at 12:35 a.m., Drake. It's off the charts. Wait till we show you the charts. You won't believe it was a massive wave of energy. And then there was more smaller ripples, and then another pretty good size hit. Shadow Burn 3D covered it live this afternoon. I then went live and showed what he was showing. Laura Wells has confirmed it from other instruments, and Heidi is trying to get Mike from around the world to come on and join us tonight to help explain what we just got hit with. Because we got hit with, Drake, this wave was bigger than the first wave on August the 17th, 2015. This is the third wave of the 5 waves of energy, and this one was massive. And we need to know what this is going to do to the planet, to the core, the Earth's core, to the magnetosphere, to volcanoes, earthquakes. We're on high alert right now
Oh, yeah.
for earthquakes or volcanoes, okay?
Yeah. Expect some more of those in the future.
You
too.
think it's going to be pretty strong.
Yeah.
Next 48 hours to
Yeah.
next 48 hours, 72 hours, something like that.
We could be reporting some
I
on the
think
next
so.
on the next Drake report.
On the next Drake report. But that's next Sunday night.
That's next Sunday.
We'll see you next Sunday night, guys. What? The Drake report.
The Drake report.
The Drake report.
Vladimir Putin.